Circles. Welcome to Mark's Math Methods. Circles. First, we need to name the parts. Here are 4 blue circles with a red center. So diameter, that's diameter or through measure, goes all the way across through the center. The radius is from center to edge. Circumference, it's like the perimeter or the fence line. It goes all the way around. And the area of a circle is the grass in the yard. So those are the words we need to understand. Radius and diameter, a basic relationship. Diameter goes all the way through the center from side to side, and the radius goes from the center to the side. Oh, wow. 2 radiuses make a diameter. So the diameter is 2 radiuses, 2 times r. T for diameter equals 2 times r. Or r is diameter divided by 2, depending on where you're starting and where you're going. Here's an example. Given a diameter of 8 inches, what is the radius? Well, the relationship or formula is the radius is diameter divided by 2. So then we plug in the numbers. So the radius is 8 divided by 2, or 4 inches. Always write out the formula and then plug in the numbers. Example 2. Given a radius of 5 inches, what is the diameter? So the relationship is the formula, which is the diameter is 2 times the radius. So then we plug in the numbers. The radius was 5, and we get 10 inches. So always write out the formula and then plug in the numbers. Circumference. So we have our circle. Remember, circumference is perimeter for a circle or fence line. So there's 2 formulas. If you have the diameter, its circumference is diameter times pi. If you have the radius, the circumference is 2 times pi times radius. That's 2 formulas. Wait a minute, which one do I use? I don't know which one to use. Well, you want to use the one that matches your picture. So if you're given a diagram picture with the diameter shown, then you want to use the one on the left. If you're given a picture where you're shown the radius, use the one on the right. Or they tell you in the word problem the diameter is, use the one on the left. Or in the word problem they tell you the radius is, use the one on the right. You want to use the one that matches your picture or the words in case you make a mistake in converting from radius to diameter or vice versa. So don't lock yourself into one, know them both. Pi, what is this pi thing? Well, it's actually defined as the ratio of circumference to diameter. This is your math warning here. So it's the ratio, fraction, circumference divided by diameter. That's what pi is. But what kind of number is it? Well, they calculated this thing way back when. It's too much math. So the problem will usually tell you the value of pi they want you to use. Normally, they just go to 3.14. They don't normally want you to use the pi button on the calculator. They want you to use 3.14. So, circumference. There are the formulas, and we're going to use 3.14. So, example 1, given a circle with a diameter of 8 inches, what is the circumference? use 3.14 for pi. Well, since they're giving us the diameter, we want to use the relationship or formula of C equals pi d, diameter times pi, or pi times diameter, same relationship. And then we plug in the numbers. 3.14 for pi and 8 for the diameter. And then you just do the multiplication. Example 2. Given a circle with a radius of 5 inches, what is the circumference? Use 3.14 for pi. Well, the relationship or formula, 2 times pi times r. And then we plug in the numbers, 3.14 for pi and 5 for r. And then we do the multiplication. So always write the formula down, then write it down again with numbers in it, and then do the arithmetic. By writing it out this way, you end up going back and checking to make sure you put the right values in the right spot. Okay. Area of a circle. Area is the grass in the yard. And the formula is pi r squared. In other words, pi times radius squared, or pi times radius. So given a circle of diameter of 8 inches, what is the area? Wait a minute. The formula calls for radius, but they gave me the diameter. So first we need to find the radius. So we got the radius is diameter divided by 2. So 8 divided by 2 is 4. Now the radius is 4, and now we can plug it into our formula. Pi equals r squared, or 3.14 equals 4 times 4 squared, which is 16. You always want to do the exponent first, and then it's 3.14 times 16. So I always want to write out the formula and then plug in the numbers, and using order of operations, chug to the answer. That's why engineers call this plug and chug. So you write the formula, put in the numbers, then do the arithmetic, following your order of operations. Example 2. Given a circle with radius of 5 inches, what is the area? Well, in this case, we're already given the radius, so we'll just go right to the formula. Write it out, put the values in, 3.14 for pi, 5 for the radius, do the 5 squared to get 25, and then multiply by 3.14 to get your answer. All right, let's look at a perimeter problem with circles as opposed to just circumference. What is the perimeter of the pizza slice shown? So we've got a circle of radius 3 inches, and they've cut it up into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces. Well, let's take a look at the one piece and pull it aside. And you can see that the sides, the straight edges, are the radius. So we'll label them with 3. The curved portion is 1/8 of the total circumference because the pizza has been cut into 8 pieces. So we first find the circumference. The circumference is 2 pi r, which is 2 times pi times r, 2 times 3.14 times 3, which is 6.28 times 3, or 18.84. We take 1/8 of that, and that's 2.355. So now we've got the two sides of 3, and the curved outer edge is 2.355. And we just add up the 3 sides. And we get 8.355 inches. Now let's look at an area problem. What is the area of the pizza slice shown? Well, it's 8 pieces, so it's 1/8 of the overall area. So we just take the area, pi r squared, of the whole pizza, get the formula, plug in the numbers, crank out the arithmetic, and then we just divide by 8 because we're only looking at 1/8 of the overall piece. And there it is, 3.5325. And you would round according to the instructions, whatever the instructions say to round to. How about a complex perimeter problem? What is the perimeter of the shape shown? Ugh. Well, let's look at this a little closer. It looks like I've got a rectangle that has 6 for a height and a circle part that has a radius of 4. So in order to do the rectangle part, I need to know what the sides are. Well, the sides are 6. And the base is actually 8 because it's 2 radiuses. Okay. So now we need to find the semicircle radius, or the circumference of the semicircle. Well, the radius is 4, so that 25.12 would be the entire circle, all the way around. But we only want half of it, so I'm going to divide by 2 to get 12.56, and then we just add up the sides. So we've got 2 sides of 6, a side of 8, and a side of 12.56. And we end up with 32.56 inches. I hope the presentation was helpful. Thumbs up, subscribe, comment. And if you have any problem types you'd like me to demonstrate, there's my address.